If saying no still gives you anxiety, you're not actually setting boundaries. You're managing a threat response, and there's a huge difference. Hey, I'm Kristen, and today we're talking about boundaries. Now, I hate the word boundaries. It's overused in pop psychology and thrown around in Instagram posts like it's an easy thing to do. However, I haven't found a better word to replace it. I'm open to suggestions though, and they're super important. So we're sticking with boundaries for today's video. And this isn't about learning better scripts or being more assertive. This is about why your boundaries don't feel like boundaries. Why you still feel guilty after saying no. Why you pull away from people you love. Why you're exhausted from protecting yourself all the time. And yeah, it might get a little uncomfortable, but it's also probably going to explain a lot. So let me start by telling you something I wish someone had told me sooner. For years, I thought I was good at boundaries. I had done a lot of my own work about having healthier ones, and I thought I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I'd say no if I didn't have the time, I'd cancel plans if I didn't have the emotional bandwidth, I'd cut off friendships if they didn't feel reciprocal. I thought I was being strong, empowered, in control. And I thought, wow, good for you, you're protecting your peace. But here's the truth, I wasn't setting boundaries. I was reacting to perceived danger. What looked like confidence was actually shut down. What looked like clarity was fear. You see, my body had learned that relationships equal threat. And instead of being able to say, this doesn't feel right for me, I'd wait until I was about to snap and then I'd shut down. And that's not self-respect, that's survival. And it's still something I struggle with sometimes. So let's break this down logically, because I know a lot of you watching need things to make sense before you can feel safe trying something new. And when something in your environment feels threatening, even emotionally, you will shift into a protective state. That means your attention narrows, your heart rate goes up, and all your energy moves toward defense. Not growth, not repair, not communication, just survive this moment and don't get hurt. So when you try to set a boundary while you're in that state, it usually looks like going cold and cutting people off, or getting angry and defensive, or over-explaining yourself to avoid conflict, or going silent and shutting down completely. And the thing is, you might think you're doing the right thing, but if you're wired for people-pleasing or hypervigilance, what you're really doing is trying to control risk. And this is not coming from a place of confidence. It's because your nervous system is yelling, get me out of this situation. So there's a big difference between saying the right thing and feeling safe enough to mean it. Performative boundaries look like copy-pasting something ChatGPT told you, or sounding calm on the outside but being in full panic mode inside, or saying what you should say but feeling weird about it after. With embodied boundaries, your voice stays steady, you're not afraid of the other person's response, you don't need a whole paragraph to justify yourself, you can sit with discomfort without spiraling. And that shift doesn't just happen in your head. It happens when your whole system starts to believe you're safe now, even when you disagree, even when you say no, even when you take up space. That's the deeper work that few people talk about. So let's talk about this because it's huge. People-pleasing isn't about being nice. It's about preventing harm. It's an adaptation. So maybe you learned early on that love felt conditional, or that you had to manage emotions for the adults around you, or that conflict led to punishment, that your needs made you too much. So now, as an adult, you agree quickly, you answer texts fast, you say yes even when you're tired, you make sure everyone else is okay before you check in with yourself. You call it being thoughtful, and you are, but it's driven by fear. When your sense of safety depends on being liked, you can't set real boundaries because the cost feels too high. You're not just saying no, you're risking rejection, disconnection, abandonment. And that's heavy stuff. And it's exactly why your body fights you every time you try to draw a line. So what do you do when you know all this, but it still feels impossible? You start small. You don't need to have a big confrontation or make a grand exit. You just need reps. So try this. Let a text go unanswered for a couple of hours. Say, let me get back to you instead of giving an answer on the spot. Don't apologize unnecessarily. Tell someone, actually, I'm not free that day, without a reason. And that's it. Tiny boundary moments that help your system learn, I can speak, I can pause, I can choose, and I'm still safe. And that's what builds real capacity. Look, no one teaches us this stuff. We're raised to keep the peace, not protect our energy. We're told to be kind, not clear. We're told to forgive, not feel. All of those things are important, but in moderation, not at the expense of our own well-being. So if this is all new to you, good. That means you're finally not abandoning yourself. And if you want to go deeper, if this hits something in you, I've written a book that expands on all of this. It's called Unpacked, and it's out September 16th. It's raw, honest, and it's for anyone who's tired of performing their healing. You can pre-order the Kindle version now, and you'll get it the second it drops. You don't need to be perfect to be at peace. You just need to stop calling fear a boundary. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and I really mean that.